It's a yellow Choose Life Tuesday here on our Namibian Food Forest homestead. A DIY beehive. Some pest was busy there. So if you've been keeping up with the bush TVs, you'd see that we've been fighting for everything and everybody. But today is time to choose a bit of other life. Really need to make a plan with honeybees. Now I've watched a lot of YouTube, a lot of videos, a lot of things on beehives and bees. I still don't understand how everything works, but I guess I have the main concepts. So I'm gonna try and make a beehive with plastic bottles, set it against the tree up there behind the pond. That's hopefully like a far away enough for them. And I'm gonna cover the plastic bottles with clay. My plan is. So that's the plan for today, after harvesting these, so that I don't lose them. The one makatan that was there on the fence, it rotted. But this one is coming along beautifully. That's about a quarter of the size it should get when it's done. So the way I understand it, 2 should be enough. This one is gonna be on the bottom. Gonna make a hole there somewhere for them to enter. And then here I'm gonna melt it out with my wire. These 2 kind of fit perfectly in there, so I can make a plan there. This one will be the top one. I think I'm gonna leave it closed. Yeah, even though at Volko he was having it open at the top. I don't know why. They just must need to enter at the bottom. And then I'll put some wires in for them to start their brood comb on. After a bit of green muscle, I upgraded. Why struggle with a wire when I got that? So there's 3 holes at the bottom. That one is screwing in there actually, and we got a hole at the top for ventilation, especially because it's so hot here. I forgot that. So yeah, there's a hole at the top. They apparently will close it. The bees will close it when they don't need it. So we just need some things for them to build their comb on, and then we can go at it. I forgot I need to buy wire. Luckily I had this around, but I forgot how the guy was making it in his video. I think I did it wrong. They shouldn't be exactly vertical from each other. I don't have the internet right now to check it up, but that's the idea. So there's no stress on the new earth. If you're in a hurry, the clay is too wet, or the clay isn't lekker, I'll show you a secret. We have one shovel. One shovel that we know a safety boot won't help you with. There's a nice clay for the beehive. Easy as pie. So here we are. One of those are the tambotis at the pond where I made the short from, that was posted on Monday. I don't have old honey, or I don't really know anybody doing honey. I've heard of some people, but whatever I've heard, lemongrass attracts them too. And I got some rope. I'm gonna tie it to the tree. I don't want it to stay here forever and strangle the tree, so just tying it with rope is all temporary. There it is. What shall we call it? Honey bee balloon. I hear they like to have a landing, so there they go. So there's the one on the top. A little roof with a little overhang. I can make it a bit nicer, I guess. But yeah, so we'll give it a bit of time and see how it works and if it works. If it doesn't work, I'll make a plan to come put honey in here. And yeah, if it does work, we're gonna make a few more, definitely. And yeah, let's see what you think about this in the comments. A DIY beehive. Some more lovely yellow wildflowers. There's the beehive. It's a wonderful Wednesday on our Namibian Food Forest homestead. Thought the rain is over, but it's overcast and dripping lightly. These ones are coming along. Some are having nice roots. Hopefully soon I'll take some for the now. You know, in Africa soon is like 2-3 weeks or months. There we are, Wednesday, block 5 today. Some light raindrops falling every now and then. I doubt there will be anything in the meter though. So just a quick disclaimer here. I can understand when they and YouTube want to censor me, but when one of our own viewers try to censor us, that is just nonsense. Understand me very well. Have you spent an inch of the time that I've spent researching? I've spent a better time of 2 decades of my time when everyone refused. So I will speak out what needs to be speaked out about. I will document that must be documented. It's how it rolls here. If you cannot stomach the little bit of negativity, you do not deserve the nice that I also show. I've explained it before. That is the philosophy here. You can't be living in ignorance and want to enjoy the beauty that we show too. It's not how we roll. Like I said, I'm not here for 1,000 subscribers. I'm here for 1,000 of these soldiers. There's some guys that's really been tired out. I see they are about to give up. The only advice I can really give is get independent. Grow food for your future. You know the system is going down. We can see Babylon is falling. Tough times, but lekker times. Lekker times for those who are lekker. Looks like this grass is growing and coming along. Lovely. And we're having rain today. Actual proper rain. No extra hands today. So I'll see if I can get to 2 layers. I've been busy with some administration work and some other errands this morning. But finally, just before lunch, I have a bit of time. The swimming pool is getting along. And I'm trying to get a staircase going here. Something tried to get into the duck cage, it seems. This little layer is just from all the excess from the sides. How's that looking for you? This is how we went. World War 3. This jacaranda at block 5 is not growing as it should. So basically done with block 5. Now that one can chill there for a while. Look at this ugly garden. Chaotic. No structure, just everything growing together. There's food, there's food, that is food, there's some food there. Very disorganized, very beautiful for us. We cleaned up a bit and rearranged. I almost planted something out for Boo here into this pot, but let me quickly make another plan that I had with it. My first time trying this, my idea didn't work as well as I wanted, and of course, as always, my mix was way too wet. So there we have another sloppy layer. I measured it. We're at about 800 millimeters above ground, 80 centimeters. Getting there. I still have some things to wrap up. Maybe I can come later and add another layer if I find the energy. Otherwise, that's gonna be a wrap. Hopefully we'll be back on the Food Forest Friday. Struggling to find the word to good day. Permanent culture? Permaculture. Persisticulture. Number 2 seems to want to rot. So, removing it for a bit. The others are doing well. On the way to the garden table, we got a package from London. Did you send it this way? Or did they also open it? Claire, we got the package. Thank you very, very much. We are so curious to see what's in there. Very curious to see. Oh, shoe. It's a lot. Oh, cool. Hey, it is a...
Oh wow, thank you, Claire.
Yeah, Boo is gonna make use of that one for sure. We have seeds. Empress of... Oh, it's nasturtium. Empress of India. I think these are gonna go for Boo. Wildflower mix.
Oh, pepino melon.
Pepino melon.
We love pepino melon.
And it's doing very well here also. British basil. We love basil. Rosemary. Ooh, it does grow here. What's this? Lettuce.
Lettuce butterhead. Awesome. Thank you, Claire. I actually do not have this variety.
Moneymaker tomato. Sage.
Oh wow.
Greek
oregano.
Cool. What's this? Coffee Arabica. Wow.
Oh wow.
Thank you, Claire. I hope we're gonna get that coffee growing. That's gonna be difficult. Lavender. We struggle with lavender. Hey, comfrey.
Comfrey. Oh, Claire, you are seriously our royal superstar.
We've been struggling to get comfrey. We bought some expensive comfrey the other day, but that wasn't comfrey. So let's hope this is gonna go. Thank you very much, Claire. We really appreciate very, very much. And we got a letter. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Claire. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you for the coffee. We like that so much. We hope it's gonna grow. I see here in your letter you're asking about the area of grass we want to kill off. It's this whole area. But I think we're just gonna make a small camp and put some sheep in here. So yeah, just under a month it took for your package to arrive here. Basically a month. Thank you. Thank you very much for all your support from here at the pond. Looks like orange, see red. Really, can you take your ignorance and just like chill with it a little bit? There are a lot of people that's on the same path as me and don't know where all the puzzle pieces fit. So I do what I have to do. Here for 1,000 soldiers. Lekker. Here on the 14th of April I see the news really trying to deceive the last 144,000. Really, it's so laughable. I'm at the point of wanting to say, if you fell for this Katy Perry stunt and you support her. Please unsubscribe. Bye. You're the wrong type of mind. Don't need your energy here. It's so clear what's going on. At first they accidentally opened the door from inside, and the lady rushed over and tell them to keep it closed, and then later officially, after a lot of media nonsense on the TV to keep your time distracted, Bezos goes and officially opens it with a little tool. And it's all about awareness also here. If you see the 33s there, they started ringing those bells at 33, and then when they rang the last bell, it was exactly 33. So they were taking 3 minutes 33 seconds to ring bells for hell's bells. Can't you see? Can't you hear? It's time, my dear. So there on the screen are 2 nice videos on the subject for you. If you really want to check more, I'll link them in this description if you're still trying to play catch up. I think it would be very wrong of me to know of some important things and not to tell you. So just sharing the knowledge, sharing the experience, sharing the documentation, sharing the life here in Namibia, Africa. It's Friday. Good Friday. We had rain last night. Yeah, almost, okay, that's 8. Almost 10. Yesterday, I worked on the Food Forest Friday. I bought these 4. Mekon, that's your liquid. Here is just another guavadilla for Boo. And then I bought 2 of those Zemenias from Katima. One I'm gonna give to Denau, because I doubt he's having it. That's Boo's juniper. Lovely tree. So for yesterday, I can also tell you this. Here's another wild variety for the forest. Just stealing some things here from somebody's farm. So last night or 2 nights ago, whatever is the first that we really had to get the thick blanket out. So it's starting to get cold, and so these guys are starting to make their appearance. Very small. And too close for comfort. Very close to the kabashu. So Boo found this morning lemongrass oil. I couldn't find it in the shops, but she found this. So guess what we're gonna do today? But before we get to the bees, I did my calculations wrong, so apologies to those in the comments. It's not 50 coffees, but I was saving up your coffees, and I knew something was gonna go on here. Power to the knowledge, and so I played it right on that one. And thanks to Trump's trade war, I got 1,000 Namibian dollars extra out of the deal from all your coffees. It's what, about 10 coffees I got extra just from timing it right. How cool is that? Quickly, the rain. There's this morning's 8, and the other day, Wednesday, it was just 0.5 millimeter, unfortunately. I see some new fruit on the Food Forest Friday. This mulberry is having some things. I can't figure out the mulberries. They usually have fruit at the beginning of the summer, and now we're very much at the end of summer and it's making fruit again. Here I am at ground level. The top of that termite mound is what, 4-5 meters? Quite hectic. It's easily the biggest one I've encountered. So if you think about it, getting the bees to do their job here for us is a kind of automation here on the Food Forest Friday. We have very little, so I'm gonna use the syringe, but I don't see or hear any activity yet. We got tiny kitten paw prints here on top of this bush beehive, and I doubt it's our cats. They are quite far away from here, so no idea really what we're doing here. Just plopped a drop there and squirted some in there and some in there, and just plopped a few drops at the entrances. We'll see. Well, it smells lovely around here now. So yes, we got caracals and stuff around here. I guess one tries to visit here sometimes. I've had a long holiday to Boo's annoyance, as best a holiday as I could have had here. Still watering the garden and all that, but didn't do much extra for a few months. So I'm not having a holiday today because the frost is coming. Mixing some clay for the frost wall. The staircase, I've got a better picture in mind now. Gonna make a lekker long step here where you can sit in the water, and then there's the steps going. Here's another last step. I want to make it a bit deeper, and obviously we're going to expand it that way. Well, the big plan here is one day, the big dream, to have like a stone rock little outcropping here, and to have a wire, what do you call that, a wind pump. It's like a windmill, and have it flow into like a little zinc dam on top of that, and have the water overflow, and then, like I explained in the other bush TV, flowing there into the pond, whatever. Here is a sundial I've made quite a while ago. I see the cows destroyed one of my pegs. That was the center marker. Oh, in between. Most of the coffees were for the cow. We're gonna make a plan with that. Unfortunately, right now, since there's so much grass everywhere, the price is just ridiculous. We'll see what the future holds. For now, we're thinking about taking some of that money and invest it into a pig or two, and have that sort out that grass for us. That's a problem there. Also, so I've about enough for Anton. Well, easily I can sort out the half of his salary, and the other half I can sort out from myself. So I think I'm gonna let Anton join us again from next week, if we can arrange it that way. I just hate to organize it through taxis. Money is so tight these days. Like it's such a waste if we can prevent having to spend some money on taxi. So we'll see how we can wangle things. The swale is looking very nice. Thank you very, very much for all your coffees. Luckily it's not winter yet, otherwise these feet will suffer. The morning clouds gave way to clear blue skies. So still trying to figure out how all the details of YouTube works. I got a little bird here. Anyways, I'm putting all the bush TVs in one playlist. All the supercuts, which is all the bush TVs stitched together, is in one playlist. And yeah, Boo's Let Us Go Green are also in one playlist. And so I was thinking all the trailers and getting on the same level and showing the gravel situation and all of those separate videos we'll put into also a playlist for you to make it easier. So check out the playlists if you're struggling. Do you know what time it is here on our Namibian Food Forest Homestead? Well, you really got to watch all the bush TVs, especially to the end and very closely if you want to know better. But lekker 19. Today we're gonna do something very, very illegal. We're going to walk right into the bush and we're gonna make a big fire. For Claire especially, who can't make a fire. So today is just bush TV. One giant bush TV. We're here in the back of the food forest to be. We're going to burn a lot more than one tree today for a new year. I don't think they make these in purple, so for today we're gonna go with red. I'm gonna have to be quick with that one. But we want to make a swell somewhere here. There's the termite mound from the beehive. Later I'm gonna tackle that one, bring it here if I can. Here's like a big tree. So yeah, carbon here in the ground for our swell. How do you want to look at this fire? Like a barbecue today. Now I can see the space for the swell. Twee keer. Mooi. Dat is twee. After much struggle, my phone doesn't want to grow more. But I got this very nice comment. Like, really, it's too nice. But inspired to grow more, to go more, to flow more. So just a lekker bush TV. Definitely not gonna be one for everybody. There's a lot of bush TVs. If this one isn't for you, skip ahead, or not realizing exactly what a big job this is. So let's just say documenting what's going on the Black Mirror here on the homestead. All the news and things going on, influencing us, etc. Firstly, since we started leveling up a bit, and you know, leveling up a bit, easy as that. There was a little rapture of about 100 so far subscribers. It's been teetering on 820, 821. Somebody subscribed to get it to 821 yesterday. Today also, I don't know who that is, but yesterday it was Mr. Stevie Jr. versus the Illuminatis. I gotta be honest, following a lot of you for a long time and learning so much, etc. I never really thought of the day that you guys would subscribe to me. And just check what's going on here. Lekker, lekker. Stevie, thank you for joining us. Welcome. It's time, that time. I compiled a list of all the most important bits for those that would like to figure out, but just, you know, I understand there's so much, there's too much. It's such a shame. From personal experience, we know about somebody that was quite against the 1.9er and the XAV, and then when it really got too close to the truth and the numbers of it, they decided, and that didn't come from me, it came from via another channel to them, and they just like, no, that's just too much, and they went and they took it, and today that person is having some serious medical issues. I know of other people that has Bell's palsy that comes and goes, every time ascribing it to being in contact with the little children and it being normal since taking the XAV. Talking about the XAV, I hope everybody knows by now about the talk they had about Project FunVax. They call it a fundamentalist vaccine to eradicate the part in your brain which is associated with your spirit, etc.
Excuse me, on the left over here, we have individuals who are religious fundamentalists, religious fanatics, and this is the expression, RT-PCR, real-time PCR expression of the VMAT2 gene. Over here, we have individuals. So let me complete. So over here, we have individuals who are not particularly fundamentalist, not particularly religious, and you can see there's a much reduced expression of this particular gene, the VMAT2 gene. Another evidence that supports our hypothesis for the development of this approach.
Virus, we're going to eliminate individuals from donning on a bomb vest and going into a market and blowing up the market.
So our hypothesis is that these are fanatical people, that they have overexpression of the VMAT2 gene, and that by vaccinating them against this, we'll eliminate this behavior. That's a part of the brain that's associated with theory of mind. It's a part of the brain that has to do with intents and beliefs and desires. In contrast, in marked contrast, here's an individual who would not particularly self-describe as religious, and when they're read a religious text, what you see is that this part of the brain called the anterior insula lights up. This is a part of the brain that's associated with disgust or displeasure on hearing something. The virus would immunize against this VMAT2 gene, and that would have the effect that you see here, which is it's essentially to turn a fanatic into a normal person. And we think that will have major effects in the Middle East. The present plan and the tests that we've done so far have used respiratory viruses, such as flu or rhinoviruses, and we believe that that's a satisfactory way to get the exposure of the largest part of the population. Most of us, of course, have been exposed to both of those viruses. And we're quite confident that this will be a very successful approach. The name of this project is FunVax, which is the vaccine for religious fundamentalism.
It's always been a fight against the same people, and it's them that use the power of division to sow division as far as they can. Just like look around and check it and clock it. Really, I'm struggling to get somebody to help me out with AI, but in the meantime, there's this speech about Dr. Richard Day in 1969. That should be enough search terms to get it. If you listen to it from 1969 and just compare it to what's going on today, you can see for yourself how it unfolds very, very easily. Having a week of fighting for the bees, like, okay, World War III already officially declared against us in 1952, 1954, somewhere there, whatever. Get with the program. So it's a war on all fronts, and it's really time to fight back on all fronts. So I see lately the war on the bees are escalating. Fake honey just got approved, lab-grown honey, and then I see later there's some news about bees being poisoned now and sabotage on bee farms and stuff, and pretty sure there's some money behind that. That's the problem with money. You can give a desperate person basically these days any amount of money, but especially if you're the type of person connected to those printing money out of thin air, what is money worth to you anyways then? So it's nothing to give a guy a 10k or 100,000 and say go do this, go do that. And I'm sure if you connect the wires, it will all lead back to Soros, the Oros man, and them. And then there's this other video, it's just too crazy. Outlawing beehives. I didn't even check. It's like, just, guys, why are this happening? It stops now. And then it stops there on this picture for me. And every time I look at this guy, he looks different. Yeah, they're all puppets anyways. And then this game show, I see there's a ceasefire and some numbers behind that. The great controllers of time and space. Literally. You got to remember, in the early 16th century, we got that KGV done by MAS-on, and then we got the English language standardized as the 26-letter alphabet at the same time around. We got the Gregorian calendar standardized 52 months or 52 weeks, named after that Pope at the time, Gregory. And of course the Society of Jesus, the Jesuit order, in the name of Jesus, Isios Ishtar. They have been doing horrible things. They've been thrown out of so many countries, and well, they're the ones behind book burnings and stuff, so nobody knows anything anymore. They're always in control. Go check. Many presidents goes to or went to Jesuit universities. Anyway, so they were created by Ignatius Loyola at the same time. Now, if you're a cross follower or whatever follower, what you should probably know about Ignatius, he went into a cave and prayed to a statue for like 3 months. So, like, does that sound to you like the thing a cross follower should do when reading that big book with a cross on, or any other book probably? So there's just one obvious one there. Talking about an obvious one, let's get back to this quickly. Really, it's starting to get too much and annoying, I guess, for everybody. But the great man there at Flat Out Truth, he flat out caught them and clocked them beforehand, saying those capsules can't be opened from inside, and then later it's changed. It was caught last year or 2 years ago when Chadwick Boseman died, how they flipped the numbers on Wikipedia, etc., to just match what was going on and hide a few things, etc. Yeah, and now with AI, probably AI is really easily just changing things on the fly to suit the narrative, etc., etc. I see they're having a battle trying to get new people. A few channels on YouTube these days popping up promoting the square and compounds solution, problem, reaction, solution. Good news, I'm hopefully getting a new phone soon. Then the Bush TVs will be hopefully a lot more stable, less shaky, better quality, better Bush TV. So this is also my backup and just like all the last things from this phone. Now TEDx feels a lot like controlled opposition, much like Mr. Russell Brand with his 33 brand there, quite big on his YouTube. It was like that a few years ago. I saw it myself. And you know, unlike him, I tell you what 33 is all about. Anyways, a very insightful chat that lady had. Go check it out if you can. There is a lot more power in our own hands than we realize. Time to get knowledgeable, educated, for real, and take your power. Then some nonsense in Israel. I saw it already on the Saturday. So what's Sabbath, Sunday? It doesn't take much research, but just looking a bit into the numbers and the creation dates and all that, and yeah, just a little bit of research, and you'll see that those reals is real, not the real Israel. Then Mr. Savior is having a cryptocurrency. I heard at some point it also bombed and a lot of people lost their money. Yeah, going from some tangible cash into completely untangible crypto. That sounds like a great idea. How about we start Namibian Food Forest Homestead crypto here also? Like for every grain of sand you can buy one mini crypto credit. A microcrypton coin! Or we'll plant a tree and every tree is like what's the price on a tree really? A lot of my time. Be careful for the coming psyopsis. And what's this church honor about really? Everything always works out for the best. You just gotta be on the right side of life. In quick recap, clearly, obviously, this one-eyed clown show gang with their honors and degrees and their 33s and their suck-up mentality and attitude, and the square and compass solution, helping a brother out always with a job and a thing, connections and all that. Cheaters, clear as day. What these guys are doing, you'll see them sitting in the churches on Sunday, very, they have to be there and show you how they give money. Their job is to promote this society as best they can. The schools, the doctors, the churches, the money, the newspapers, the politics, the everything of their society. Back to the news in Bush TV. Check out this article. Please stop gardening. It's very, dangerous. You could all die. The soil is poisonous. It's the apocalypse. The apocalypsos. The great reveal. The big reveal. Everything is known. This is all old information. This better not get censored or removed or whatever. Time for playing games is over. Be lekker. Similar to Event 201, there was this sparse pandemic simulation where they anticipated that in 2025 to 2028 we would see a mass die-off of people from a vaccine that went wrong. And well, what are we seeing? A mass. For the lekker, I went and re-downloaded that document and it says a different story now. Funny. So if you clocked those 420s earlier, I was really interested to go see quickly what the news was on this next morning on the 21st. What the news was for the 20th. I see there was a... Does that mean they're coming for your signal too now? I have talked about the 56 before, a lot of others too. And then, as if I'm not talking about the Pope enough, this is the breaking news, thanks to Mr. Stevie there. Caught it just as quick as our Namibian newspaper. I wonder how they are so quick and some other mainstream channels were slow. Didn't have the time to watch this one unfold. I have other things to do for today. The local guys were very quick on this one. Franciscus, that's not his name. He was named Jorge Mario Bergoglio, Pope Francis. He stayed in suit 201. If you take the numbers, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, add it all together, the numbers for his name will equal 201. Suit 201 in which he stayed was named Domus Sanctae Martae, also 201. So he's the Catholic Pope, 201. He was the first Jesuit Pope, if you go look at it. The Jesuits are the military arm of the Catholic Church. The Jesuit Order 201, of course, created by Ignatius of Loyola, 201. And then they went and later they created the Order of Illuminati 201 and them created those and them and lekker. As far as time is concerned, I'm keeping a very open mind about things because what is really the truth anymore? So we go with what we can and we hope what we can hope. But there's no sitting back and waiting here. As far as this goes, it's very clear and obvious. All of that is just creating division. Like, that's part of the agenda and plan, clearly. So, since it's the next morning and we're still going and like it's just one of those that takes a bit of time, let's get rolling with a little bit of the next Bush TV. A few beautiful flowers. This is a nasty pest. This is a sandy area very close to our homestead. Different plants and flowers. We moved these guys a bit more into the afternoon sun. This one is getting along for the weekend. It's making long cracks through, so I think strategically this is going to be a good layer to mix some grass in. This is getting along lovely. Feels like unlimited clay. Welcome to a Choose Life Tuesday, or is that a Blue Monday? Here on our Namibian Food Forest Homestead.
Welcome.
Here it's the green virus, the green mind virus, and we're gonna plant trees until our trees meet your trees. First things first, we have to get all these little trees and plants protected from the winter colds. So the Choose Life Tuesday will begin roughly at 1.2 meters. Just saw a porcupine. Guess who's back? Anton is back. Anton!
Yes, meneer. Sap.
So Anton is helping quickly burning trash. All the things I was too lazy to do while he was gone. Did I tell you Anton is back? Do you know what that means? 24 hours of adrenaline. Lekker. I reversed into this tap and it seems it sprung a leak, so we're trying to find it and fix it. Now I'm sure this goes without explaining, but Kabashi 2, I'm not gonna build that one. I will help with that one, but definitely not gonna build it by myself for a worker or for somebody to come camping. So in my own time, I want to construct a wall here and really get busy with the kitchen area. So quickly for the morning, Anton is trimming these trees and cleaning up this area, and I can in my own time come and work here. The little guy forgot his toys. I think it's that one's fault. Anton cleaned up very nicely here. I'm gonna put some more, just like it's just cement and sand on top. It's not even very thick. It should last long enough. Boo is getting frustrated with the food situation, and I'm stressing about my trees in the winter, so I want to get this kitchen wall started also for a frost wall. Anton is sorting out this green goo. Our swales are coming along, but I see the sunflowers. I don't see any sunflowers, so they didn't grow. These ones love the loose soil. And these ones got a bit too much water. Shall we say, it's not a bush TV day without some bush TVA. Cleaned out the oven a bit myself. It's burning brighter than ever. And then, just as you think you have a lekker homestead day, with greater farms around, there's always a emergency every other day. Hashtag lekker Namibia. So a quick sprint to town. About what's that gonna be? 263 to 300 kilometers. We'll see now.
I'm from outer space. I got Milky Way for blood, evolution in all the.
Hey, we're driving towards the clouds. We have quite a few lekker followers, and if you want to follow along, please tell us. And Stevie, Junior, Mr. Senior, please tell us if you're watching, what is your favorite tree, so that we can buy a tree for you and let it grow and be free. This machine took basically enough to pay Anton's salary for a day, just to give me some of my money. Lekker. A lekker, because you can lack it, it's like lick it. Lekker. So whatever the emergency is today, I really can't say. It's a different crisis and emergency every day. Same old. So let's just say Boo's heart broke when she heard the little guy didn't bring his toys, and I'm sure Beshi, he would have loved to see also what the guy got. I heard he got a green truck, maybe something like that, a big truck. So for less than 1.5 coffee, let's see how happy we can make this little guy today. Look how busy these termites are. Well, after a quick moment, we're back on the homestead with some toys, and we brought clouds. So good news to Mr. CPM 73 and Molly and here's Kabashi too. Mr. Anonymous 201 or Mrs. Anon 201, you three, when I'm talking to you, I'm sure you know, we got a deal on a cow. I got a nice discount, so I can afford it. Hopefully soon there will be a cow on our homestead with a calf so that we can milk it. So basically each one of you got a leg. I got the body. So if there's any interested takers, we're still up for the fourth leg, 20 coffees. That's about 2,000 Namibian dollars. Anyways, thank you all for your coffees and your support. Thank you for making African dreams come true. Thank you for inspiring us to grow more. I see the little guy. His father didn't notice, but he packed his little green car that he got. So there's his green cruiser. And on the Yellow Tuesday, let's hope this guy gets inspired to build more for a future, a better future for us all. Sharp. Marco? Shall I scratch that and make it to 33? Anton, sê vir hom, hy moet hard speel. Hy moet speel vir die kinders wat nie sulke mooi speelgoed het nie.
Ja. Daar is dit in huru, die ngabarami. Is dit daar is in huru. Kan ik maar zo uit maar, oké. Als je ziet ik. Ure mijne porkiro, te mijn trikoze, IT. Habat me kwaita, ngas kwain habat me ngas ich marama. Itu kudu oke, yang khase. Orangnya.
Fixing a bit of roads with clay. We believe in this truck's future.
Nog meer.
So while the little guy is playing with my chocolate money, I have a powerful craving for chocolate today. Let's see, I can never remember exactly how this goes. 2 cups of sugar and a little bit extra just because it's lekker, but very dangerous and poisonous, so in small amounts. Just a little bit of milk, like half a cup or something. 8 lekker spoonsful of butter or whatever you have. So that's like 2 spoons, 4 spoons. Now we let it melt and chill, and we'll add the cocoa when this is just like starting to boil. Not needed, but just for the lekker, a little bit of vanilla. And then you want to add about 33% of a full cup of cocoa. When everything is melted nicely, we add the cocoa, and then when the cocoa starts to boil a little bit, it's about time to add the oats. So since we've been adding a little bit more of everything, I'm going to add a lot more oats. Who worries too much about the exact numbers? So we ended up with about 4 cups of oats, and this is going to be a lekker snack that's definitely going to give me energy for the rest of the day. I had a chilled, cool, calm weekend, but I was still quite busy, so this is exactly what I need to continue the day. Some extra energy, yay. And then you get a very nice boo who can make little cookies and shape it for you. Well. Through all the crises, emergencies, etc., we got a layer built on this. 1 layer a day will keep the frost away, we hope and pray. For the green mirror, green day, the pond is quite green. I haven't seen it so green in quite a while, or well, ever. You wouldn't believe it, but I dug 99% of this pond alone with a shovel and a wheelbarrow. It was very lekker. From the ancient archives here on the homestead, we bring you a story from long ago. As you can see, we once upon a time had a green lawn. It's a wildly wonderful Wednesday here on our Namibian food forest homestead. These tires bake way too hot in the sun. It just doesn't work in Namibia. We're going to remove them. When there's time, I'm going to see if Anton can saw this off for us. And there we got a temporary frost wall. We'll continue with this later to remove all the sand. But the cats are already making good use of it, I see. And now we're going to build a bit. So we said we're going to find out about this. Anton says they are edible, but when they are dry, and like you put them apparently in water and let them get soft. Is it warm water? You cook it?
Yeah.
Or cold water?
Yeah.
And yeah, let it get soft. You can eat it with a spoon. Then don't eat too much. He says they get stuck in your stomach. What's it called? What's the goedse naam?
Sabirote.
Sabirote.
Yeah.
While I'm walking past, just quickly checking up on the beehive. Anton says those things are quite tasty and it's sweet. So there you go. As you can see, we've added a little layer since yesterday, and it's not even lunch yet. Unfortunately, it's very wet, so it's a little layer. I'll come slap it into a place later and finish it nicely off, and after lunch I'm sure we'll add another layer. The lucky thing is, a thin layer goes a long way. Hey, wacky tobacco. My tobacco is coming along lovely. I guess I should make a plan and plant them out. We've built a bit. This garden wall is snaking along these trees. This operation is expanding. Gonna have a lekker swim here one day. The little guy finds it more interesting to watch his father work than playing with his toys. How much is scripted? How much is planned? How much is just destined to be? And me saying what I want to say, doing what I want to do. But this is time for the coffees that Claire sent us. Unfortunately, it's probably the complete wrong season to start some seeds, but we got them, so we got to make a plan. I'm just gonna take 5 for now and save the rest for another day when the season is right. We're approaching the new moon, I understand, and I heard it's a good time to get seeds ready, so we're gonna soak them for 24 hours today. I've split the difference. We got 8 in here and 7 saved for later. There's my cookies from yesterday, not much left. So we're gonna put the coffees on this windowsill. It's gonna get lovely afternoon sun to heat up. While the bush TV is burning and the clay is chilling, we're going to do some fun work. Well, for Anton it's just work, but for me it's a lot of fun. So, on the way to Bunnylawn Towers, if you've watched the previous bush TV, you'll know we're getting a cow. So, very excited. So, in another bush TV I was saying campy span. It means making some camps. We're gonna make a camp here. The bunnies always love their place. So, a lot of cleaning up work to do. Anton is bringing some poles. So Anton is cleaning the camp, and first we gotta fix this. A small calf went through here at some point, and so the wire is quite damaged. Here at the pond, the ducks do have a little hiding spot. So Barskor, you wouldn't believe it. We got a plan for that drum. Especially now that it seems the rain is over, we can use clay and cover this whole thing lekker with clay. Close it there. I'm planning to elevate it in the air and keep that hole there downstream a little bit, but it's gonna be just a feeding trough for the cow and whatever in the future. I think that is a good spot. I still gotta figure out where to build the camp. Johan, I see our cashew nut tree is having new growth. How fantastic is that? Yesterday's green mirror was made for kids. So I see, unfortunately, no comments allowed there. So would you kindly please comment here? All of you, what is your favorite tree? We really want to plant it and let it be free. Just documenting everything today. While I'm washing the dishes, would you like to give this video a like, please? That we can get all the other bush TVs buried for the future. Do you understand? Lekker. 2 emergencies back to back, 2 days after each other. Luckily this one isn't all the way to town. Mr. Frank, when you're approaching this turn, this bend in the road, you're gonna want to slow down, and then not long after that you want to check out for the sliding gate. There's no speed limit signs on these roads, So the only limit is me. I'm the limiter. The lady realized today that she's getting a child. Quite a few, more than 100 kilometers away from a hospital. Just got to that realization today. Lekker. Hashtag life in Namibia. Might I add, that lady doesn't even look older than 16. But anyways, I can't believe the cows didn't come to eat this, because this is out in the open. But before they get any ideas, a little bit of a snack for the bunnies. Bunnylon Tower Power. While I'm waiting for Anton to bring me some clay for the late afternoon. It's gonna be a tight space, but I think we're gonna put a pole there. I have a little gate here, pole here, fence there. Also a gate there somewhere. So we have a small little camp here for the calf, and the big camp for the mum. And a future plan here for a roof for them. Although here in Namibia, the cows in the winter, they just stay in the bush like that, maybe under some trees. So not too worried about the roof. Oh, and in addition to the roof, I'm thinking of making a small clay wall there one day, someday, to block the winter winds from that side. Working so low on the ground really is doing a number on my back. So this is it for today here. Just a place to throw some food for them. Look, see, we added another layer just before the end of the day. It's very wet still, so I'll come slap it into place and trim it and thin it and slim it later. But this one is done, very good. So you see, if I want cheap quality, I can do it myself very quickly. Too quickly, the clay is still a bit wet there, so this wall is slightly leaning a bit back. And this is now looking a lot better. Gonna bring the water through here. But I want to have it semi-raised there and have a semi-swell here to feed this mandarin and stuff. So that's about the end of this Bush TV day. Gotta go feed the bunnies, make some fire. Do you hear that bird? Very nice. Mr. A Wealthy Life, I like your video a lot, and I agree. What's going on? I thought this is a piece of clay inside the stump, but the Bush TV is still going from last night. Can't believe it. So I don't have to make fire today. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you, I hope you like Bush TV, and it's not scripted here. The phone is just like here with me all the time and trying to capture the beauty and the action and the everything. Lekker. As far as it goes for planning the day and planning the video and all that, here in Africa, you can only plan so much. You try to run the day, but the day usually runs you. So we'll be back on the Food Forest Friday. Free food for the future. What's NFFH? NFFH. No fear here. Our Food Forest Friday already begins on the Wednesday 234 Wednesday day. Can't believe it, I have to drive for a second time. So while on the topic of food in the forest, any other Namibians notice? It seems the last 15 years or so, there's no more much wild animals on the road. Very rarely see them anymore. Well, maybe I'm a bit less on the roads as I used to be, but I still travel from time to time and see that there's a lot less animals. What's up with that? We're on the way to go buy more trees. Food for the food forest. Planting a better future for us all. Lovely marula trees next to the road. Food can grow more and more. Hey Jew, don't be jealous. Just join the joy, join the journey. Some more Independence roads. You wouldn't believe it, a police officer tried to give me a ticket for reckless driving the other day when I dodged some of these potholes. Lekker, lekker. There's some beauty, just some wild, what is this? A bit more low quality Independence roads. Must I sugarcoat everything for you? Or do you want the reality? There's no pride, there's no quality in education. The streets are filled with trash and it's just normal. Totally overpopulated. No space for more people. I just had to stop and get this one. Really want to get it for the food forest. Look at those beautiful flowers. As you can see, it was a rough ride. It's a dwarf papaya, but I think it will grow out again. We got some mupani. Not that there's some food actually. Another lookout, they do well. A mango and two, a guavadilla and a granadella. So I would really just like to know from you oaks overseas, how do you think about this? If all our cars get chipped and programmed and get Ubered and you can only drive to point A and to point C, then what now? You'll never be able to drive here. So I hope you enjoy the bumpy ride. What's more fun than driving a bit off-road? Lovely clouds, a bit of African bush. I'm sure you're anxious to get to the Food Forest Friday. I'm driving towards it. I have to document this. A few raindrops, can you believe it? 24 April. So very late in the year. Here's some shots from the interwebs. Last night this cloud bank rolled over us. It's a fantastic Friday. We got a lot of rain last night. It was like a cloud burst. Wow. Looks like a 30 millimeters. Wow. Didn't expect that. Very, very, very late in the season. But let it rain because we did not get much rain yet comparatively to other years. Very, very bad rainy season. I should rather clarify, it's been a very short rainy season. It started very late. So priority today to get with this camp for the little baby cow to sleep in during the night, and the mom can be on this side. As you know, on the Food Forest Friday we like to spoil the bunnies with some of the spoils of war against hunger. I want to show you this makatan. It's quite big and getting along. Yep, what did I say? If I wanted cheap quality, I can do it myself. Not needed to spend thousands of dollars. Then now at the food forest of Namibia, his bunnies are getting a bit of spoils too. The birds are especially joyous this morning after the rain. So I see about most people watch 50-60% of the videos. Did you know that I try to put the nicest and most beautiful flowers and stuff at the end of the video? So you might have missed out a lot. So while we're at about probably the halfway mark of this video, let me show you this flower. It wasn't too long ago when we planted here this bed. You can see in the previous bush TVs. So we have the first flower in this bed. How cool is that? The rain was quite hectic with winds to knock over this wheelbarrow. So if you can check all the descriptions and links and stuff and bush TVs, the conspiracy 51 easily falls apart. Here at Kabasha 2, and I see the compaction is very nice. So I plan to start next week with the job here. So before I start, any last thoughts? I think the easiest is to go with a cement foundation. Got to keep that moisture out, and I don't want to use plastic and struggle with that. Beshi, I misunderstood Anton. He gave that money that we gave to the little guy for toys. He gave that money to the little guy to manage himself. So he bought that small green truck and he bought another big truck, and apparently he got $15 left still. And the big truck he left at home. And so he came with a $5. He wanted to buy some sweets from us. Luckily we still got some sweets. Hashtag Kampispan. Anton is making good progress here. The little guy, he knew he should buy from Boo. He's definitely getting his money's worth. We're having a visitor for the weekend, so it's cleanup time. So there we got Claire's coffees, nicely mulched. I'll let them dry out for two days or so and water them again, and then I think I'm gonna cover them with some plastic. So just basically a quick makeshift camp. It's getting along nicely. I wanted to take this little guy home that can chill a bit, but he kicked me. Can you believe it? He kicked me in the mouth almost. But this camp is done with what we have, and yeah, very, very nice. If there's water in a swale, it's here. It seeps through from there at the back where a natural pan is. Since the 2 weeks or what that we didn't have rain, it's been getting very dry, so everything is dry. There's no water in the swales. All the other swales are empty. It's only this, well, basically only this one that's nice and full. I'm feeling like I'm having a weekend, so we're playing like pigs in the mud. Construction on the tunnel is getting underway there, and here we started this side, the entrance. Don't laugh, but this is my pig that I made from clay. That's also playing here. Ooh, there goes its head. Lekker Afrika bosvarkie. Full smiles all the way. Plant for the future. Lekker, lekker. We got a busybody, and it's raining softly outside. Very fantastic. Some lovely rain just as we're finished with the day's work. Well, light rain. Hope you have a lekker weekend. Now Anubis truly got a living roof. Anton is gonna make some bricks for us for Kabasha 2. It's so funny when I try to tell you something and you correct me. No, I'm telling you, today is the 30th day of this year of ours. There's a lovely African sunrise for you on the Monday morning on our Namibian Food Forest Homestead. On Saturday, as they were burying the popper, our chicks got a new popper too. We got a new rooster. Yeah, say hello. Not sure how much of a bush TV day it will be. I have to sort out a few things for somebody. And then we also got more sick guys to sort out, so. What a mess making bricks are. I know this is boring, but quickly we got 2 molds. This one is having a difference there, so you should have like a plank, or we're just gonna fill the brick and see how that goes. Then the brick won't have holes. But yeah, something more interesting. We got some new food in the forest. Anton says it's edible. Oh, okay, nice. Anton says he doesn't know what it's called. It's a bit sweet. Got a lot of pips inside. No other real taste to it, but it's got these nice leaves. Right about lunchtime, and the weather is just scooting right past us. Anton also got along with the bricks. They're not all perfect, but we'll see if it can do the job. Yeah, so today is just one of those busy days. Doubt as much of a bush TV, but we're having a bit of lovely rain on the late afternoon. And just like that, it's Tuesday morning, Choose Life Tuesday. We got 1.5 in the meter, lekker. So we're gonna see how much bricks Anton made for the day and calculate what they cost us. So we got 20 bricks from 1.5 bag of cement plus Anton's salary. It costs us about 15 Namibian dollars for 1 brick. I'm gonna have to make another plan. That is much more expensive than I was hoping. Coffee time. My plan for Kabasha 2 was I wanted to make a small foundation, and then on top of that I wanted to build 1 layer of bricks to get us out of the ground. Maybe that's the ground layer. And then on top of that I wanted to build the clay, just to get the clay out of the ground. But to have bricks for that whole Kabasha, that's gonna be too expensive for me. So I think we're just gonna do a foundation and just do a clay wall on top of that foundation. Nick, no, I'm not eating these. And I don't know what the tura is, we don't have that. So me and Anton basically just went on a joyride. We wanted to go collect some sand, but there's a change in plans. So unfortunately we don't have the car anymore. We wanted sand for Kabasha 2. So I got it. We're gonna call this one fast forward frost wall. Look how this one is sagging. So I'm gonna come with a shovel and just trim it back to vertical on this side. And the pressure from new layers on top should help stabilize this. Yo, maybe I must fill up here. So yeah, building too fast. for sure. That was a bit of a problem. I built this kabashu slowly over about 3 years, and the walls are very thick, about 400 millimeters wide. So I didn't have the same issue here with building too fast and having to build exactly vertical. Over the weekend, one of the cats got babies. They were born still, so they're sleeping here in this pot. The birds are quite lovely today, this morning. So, kabashu 2, it must wait a little bit. I planned it for this week, but we still need building sand to make a foundation there. Really don't want to use plastic. Starting to hate that stuff. So Anton is just attending here to something that should have been done 3 years ago. He's putting in poles between all the big ones. Never got time to do that. So to strengthen this camp for the cow that's on its way, probably by the end of this month. No, end of May. So in a month's time. You see, we need some more poles here. It's falling over. We got another type of wildflower here today. Beautiful, small, very fine, fragile little flowers. Scared little Popeye is hiding there, but these and these bees are free today in this little camp. Having some lovely afternoon rain again. So yes, a very nice bit of rain for the afternoon. Lovely and fantastic. Let's go check how much we got. Quite a bit. Wow, 10.5, basically 11. So we're gonna call this the end of this bush TV. Hopefully the next bush TV will be with a new phone and better quality if all goes well. Hopefully soon this will also happen. And tomorrow on the Wednesday I have personal business to attend to. And on Thursday we're getting our very first visitor from our YouTube subscribers. So looking very much forward to seeing one of our subscribers coming all the way from overseas. I want to make a prophecy today. No, it's no prophecy. If their nonsense is gonna go on, we're gonna have to pay for breathing. You think it's good? That's gonna sort everything out, né? How about everybody pay to breathe, and then there's some extra money for universal basic income. Lekker plan for the future. Have you heard about the cost of living crisis? Check this out.
Everything costs double. Cost of existing crisis. Cost of existing crisis.